Art Lounge. So today we are once again having a little stamp time with friends, and I'm doing the roll of the die for December. So this month we had a masculine card that was clean and simple. We had to use punches, the Regals color family, and a little sponging somewhere on this card. So this is the card we're going to make today. And let me tell you, this will probably be one of the easiest cards you will ever, Christmas cards you will ever make. So if you're like behind and you're like, oh my God, I need to make some more Christmas cards, here's how you're going to do it. Let's see here. So first of all, we're going to use this stamp set to get this little sentiment right here. We're going to use, in the Regals family, fortunately, has all of the Christmas colors in it. All the nice, deep, dark greens, and the bright and also a little bit more regal, for want of a better term, reds. So today we're going to use, oh, this isn't real red. This is Poppy Parade. We want the real red. Sorry, I can tell. See, I've been a demonstrator long enough that I can tell the difference in the colors. Can you see that? This is the Poppy Parade, and this is the real red. So real red is the one that's in the Regals color family. And we're going to use shaded spruce. And of course, some basic white. So let's get started. Oh, and these are our punches. I'm going to use a 2 3/8 punch, which is in the, sorry for the glare, which is in the catalog. And I thought we had a 2 2 1/4 punch, but we do not. The next one down in the circle punches is a 1 3/4. But these 2 2 1/4 punches, I happen to have gotten this one outside of Stampin' Up when they stopped making the 2 1/4 punch. So I wanted to get one. Anyway, you can get these online. This one is a EK Success, I think. But anyway, I digress. So 2 1/4 punch and a 2 3/8 punch to layer out. Now, this is supposed to be clean and simple. So this is the clean and simple version, right? And I did a little bit of sponging to get a little depth to the ribbon. And I made this one a little bit too close when I went to go trim my ribbon, which is actually just cardstock. So we're going to size this up a little bit better. All right, so the white is going to be our card base, and I've decided to cut it long way so we can do like the sandwich board style, so it can stand up, right? So card base is already done. So this is an 8.5 sheet of cardstock that we cut in half this way using our Stampin' Trimmer. And then you score it. So you cut it at 4 1/4 this way, and you score it at 5 1/2 this way. All right. So card base done. Set that off to the side for a second. Now I was playing with the colors, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to do green letters or red letters. And I think I like the green letters better, but we'll see. We'll see. And this is going to utilize this punch right here if you want to step it up a little bit to give it some embellishments. But I digress. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. So this, we're going to stamp our white cardstock first. I already have my stamp in my MISTI stamping tool. Open her up. Like that. So we're going to stick that in there. Make sure it's in there nice and sturdy. Then we're going to, I'm using the ink spots. I found when I'm using a Stamparatus, I like the ink spot this size a little bit better. than the full-size one. That way I don't get a mess all over everywhere. So we're just going to stamp this up so you can see. We stamp this up. Little press. I think I want it a smidgen darker. There's something underneath my A here. So we'll stamp it up a little bit more so I can get a really nice dark green. So if you have some men in your lives that you want to send Christmas cards to, maybe your mail carrier or some delivery people or some maintenance people that cross your path and you want to give a little love, here's how you can do it. And it's Christmassy, and you know, we know red and green is Christmas, but because it's red and green, it's, you know, masculine, simply because the colors are dark and rich. Really cool. All right. So now I'm going to, so I have two sizes here, right? I have the 2 3/4, 2 3/8 of an inch, and I have a 2 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do the smaller one to actually cut out the sentiment. And because it's a circle, what we'll do is we just line it up in there the very best that you can. So I'm actually lining up the corner of the sentiment here and the tip of the leaf here. I'm going to punch that out. Now, we can either do a green circle. Let me just do a green circle this time as the matte layer. Oh, see, I was about to mess up already. So now we'll take the 2 3/8 inch as our matte layer and get that in there. All right. I think we're going to do the reverse for this one, and then we can just line them up. Now, we had to do a little sponging, and I have discovered that to get this to be a little bit more of an evergreen, you can use the pretty Peacock ink, and that will like deepen the color. So it's like a little bit more of an evergreen, right? It just gives it like a richer, deeper, piney green. Because we had an evening evergreen, but that color as one of our in colors, and that has since retired. So in order to get this evergreen, if you like that kind of thing, using the current lineup of colors, you can take your pretty Peacock and either put it on this spruce. It also works really nice on the Mossy Meadow cardstock as well to get you that nice green. All right, so we'll use our mono green glue here. We're going to lick it up the back like so. And then center that right there like so, like that. Shift it around a little bit until we have a nice even border all the way around. All right. Now, to give this a little love, a little bit more zhuzh, because it can't be completely simple. So I have these glitter pens. Now this one I got like in a generic glitter pack, right? And this one I got Gelly Roll Sakura. Let me see if they put the name on here. Stardust. It's a Stardust pen, which is their name for glitter pens. So I'm going to enhance the berries and the holly leaves over here. So I'm just barely just going to tap inside a little circles. So I have some berries. You could use gems too, but especially for mailing, you want to keep it as flat as possible. So this is a great card if you have to, for mailing, a great Christmas card to mail out, because it won't be bulky, it won't have any unusual bulges, so you don't have to pay any extra postage. All right. I'm sitting here going live, and I forgot to tell a couple of my friends that I was going live. Totally, again, like I do every Sunday, it seems, even though I try to not have to, to set it up so I don't have issues, I still always end up having issues. One of these days, I will get it. Oh, see, and then you have that littlest bit of really subtle shimmer without being in your face glitter for the masculine people in your life. All right, so that's that part. Now for contrast, since I did a red, since I did a green matte on this, I'm going to do the red ribbon to get some contrast so it doesn't just blend in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take I can put these away now. And right here, we are going to cut this long way. Now, what I really love about this particular trimmer is that you have markings on either side of the cut line. So right now, the original card, I made this 3/4 of an inch wide. I think I'm going to make it a little bit narrower. So I'm going to take it down to 1/2 inch. So I have a 1/2 inch mark right here. And I'm going to cut it lengthwise because that way this one strip will give me both the top and the cross, the horizontal and the vertical line. Okay, like that. And then I need one that is 4 1/4. That looks a little ugly. Let me turn it over this way. Yeah, okay. So 4 1/4. And 5 1/2. And this will be the ribbon. Now, if it ends up being a little long, I'm not mad, because you can trim it. So we're gonna, where's my little, what you call it? There it is. Bone folder. My Teflon bone folder. I couldn't remember that word last time I did a live. I couldn't remember that word. So I'm going to take my Teflon bone folder. I'm going to match up my edges the best that I can, and then I'm going to go ahead and crease down, right? Okay. So now this is the only thing, I don't know if you can see that, if you can see it, but there's like a little lip from the blade sinking down into the paper sinking down to the track when you cut it with the blade. So I just take my Teflon bone folder, vegan bone folder if you will, and just smooth that out. To take out that ledge. Same thing for this one. Look at it curling up like it's curling ribbon. That's so cute. All right, now since I'm using the red paper instead of Jiminy Christmas. Where's my bag of my other dauber. Oh, I lost my bag of daubers. Oh, it's right behind me. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. So I'm going to take my red dauber, because we ain't got time to be cleaning a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to take our real red ink. See, this was me distressing the other one. We'll grab our reds here. Make sure I get, let me see the prettier side. Yes, very good. And we're just going to see just that little bit of sponging just gives it a little depth. So it's not so flat that, you know, it just looks like a blah piece of cardstock. You give it a little bit of depth and dimension there without it being overpowering or looking, you know, all crazy. I won't say crazy, but looking flat. It gives it a little dimension and a little depth, so it doesn't look quite so flat. Now, let me see. Now, this is the next red up. So this one's a little bit deeper. Let's see what this cherry cobbler does for me. Oh yeah, I like that better. I like that much better. Yeah, buddy. All right, we're gonna do the cherry cobbler. We'll put the red back. See, and it's subtle, but it gives you just that much extra oomph. Like I said, so it doesn't look so flat. Whoops, I kind of messed up. See, I was a little too heavy-handed. And I didn't want to get the swirly marks. There you go. All right. So you can do just around the entire bit. Again, this is a 1/2-inch strip cut from the long way of my 8.5 by 11 paper, and I cut a piece that was so this is 1/2 inch by 4 1/4, and this one is 1/2 inch by 5 1/2. So it'll exactly fit on the top. This is what we would call a 1-layer card, because I'm not doing a card front along with on it. This is going directly to the card base, being adhered directly to the card base. Let me clean off my fingers, because this red ink on white paper would be very, very aggravating. So I'm going to wipe off my hands, wipe the ink off my fingers. All right, now, so this is what we call palette paper. I got it at my local art supply store. And this is like a kind of a, ooh, okay. Oop, let me put it on this end. Let's see here. It's smooched. All right. So now, so we have this guy. So we have the short side and we have the long side. So now we have a little bit more. See, this one is like a smidgen short. I knew I should have cut it long, but that's okay. So we'll put it this way. I'm going to trim it on this side because there's like a little burr down here that I want to get rid of anyway. But the top to bottom is good. So let's see. Right about there. What do you think, eh? Looks good. All right, so do I want it that high? Yeah, I do want it that high. All right, so I'm kind of gonna mark my spot right there. Grab my glue. You could use tape, but with this, I want to use the glue because I want to have a little bit of adjustment time. Grab my these guys, my tweezers. All right, so right up there. All right, looks good. Then we're going to do all right, so I'm going to do something a wee bit different this time. I'm going to put a spot of glue right in the center here. And let's see. This, oh, see? So now, oh, darn it. Goodness. You're just determined to be a pain today, aren't you? So I think that's a good position. And then I can decide, I've got to bring it down just a smidge. Great. Y'all, I am too much of a perfectionist. That's why this is being such a pita for me. There. All right, and then right about there. That looks good. So all right. Look at that. You see how fast this card came together? Bro. If this is not the simplest card, Christmas card you've ever seen in your life. Boom. And we are done. Clean and simple. Can be masculine. Well, actually not quite done because I have to trim that off so that it looks all nice and pretty. So let's bring back out the trimmer. Move this out my way. So now you just have to take like the barest hint. Done. Who is the bottom? Oh, I am that person. This is why clean and simple is hard for me. Because it's like, actually any little glaring issues show up like real easy when it's a clean and simple card. But there you have it. Green on red and red on green. The simplest masculine, regal, sponged with punches Christmas card you will make this year. All right. Thank you for playing. I'm glad I was able to keep it nice and short so I wouldn't take up too much of your day. It's my mom's birthday today, so yeah, you know, I have some things to do today. All right. Thanks for playing, and we'll catch you next time. I'll be putting in all of the information on what I use on this card today, as well as the list of the other artists, card artists that are broadcasting a Clean and Simple card today. Thank you. Have a great Sunday.